Okay, let's go. Hello, Elodie Péchard.
Hello, Frauke.
Yes, that's Elodie, and her website is explorer.net. I'm
Yeah.
Frauke, Resonance Quantique, with the two-point method. And we are two ladies who like to explore our inside life and the outside life. And
Yes.
as we know, the inside is like the outside. We would like to talk about the 0 point, the limit of the Planck line. So we found in our researches that there is an alpha matrix where we can find the source, the unknown. Then the unknown has created like mirrors, like cells of itself, the spirits. And in our inside, we are also one cell of the spirit. And we think everybody likes to connect right away with his spirit, with his soul. But there's the beta matrix. And what is the beta matrix? It's like in astral charge, positive or negative. There are a lot of entities, the egregores, and they don't have got the possibility to produce life and light on themselves. So they need human beings to get energy. And Elodie likes to tell us a little bit more about this. And at the end of this video, we will have a practice, a 2-point practice, and we will work on our 0 point inside, where we connect right away with the essence and the spirit, who we are. So, Elodie.
Yes, Frauke.
As
you explained, we are searching for answers. We share a lot of things together. We have some videos in English as well already, and we'll do more. But this point of view to practice the 2-point method, that is your method, and to search about the 0 point origin in a direct way to catch the spirit is very important, and not to fall down, to fall in the divided matrix, all the programs, and, which is divided in polarities. I mean, we have the good and the bad, and the positive and the negative, and things like that. And it's generating some bad programs. And it's inside our DNA as well, it's like a very, very old programmation. And we have to think out of the box. I mean, to go out of this box, which is the B matrix, we will call it like that, as you spoke about the A and B matrix. So what's the point? I mean, to understand the negative and positive charge. What's the point and how we can use it? We can explain it's like a dynamo, on the bicycle to produce light, and it's the same way that we have, as you explained in your training and stations about 2-point method, that we have a kind of turbine of magnetic force inside the space of the heart.
I like this very much. When you put up this text, you called our heart a turbine and not a pump, and that's it. It's not a pump. It's really it's feeded with the electricity from above and the magnetism from below, and it's really it's how we work. It's how everything is generated.
But to generate this kind of magnetism in order to catch the electricity from the spirit, from the cosmos information, of course, we need a positive and negative charge. It's like that on the starter of your car. It's like that on your bicycle to produce some light and to go on your way, to move on. If not, we cannot go in way or another way. If I use only the positive charge, like everybody wants it to be nice, to have nice situation, to be kind, to be recognized, and blah, 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 and whatever, we have to think that there is also the negative side in always, at any time, in those kind of energy. If I want only the big positive situation and people and behavior, I will produce negative energy as well. And it's vice versa, you know? So if I use only one and I reject the other one, I will not produce light. I will not produce my full magnetism in my body as a tool. This is very important.
Is a creative tool.
Yes. So when I generate this electromagnetic flow through my internal system, because as a tool, then I connect the source and the spirit and the electrical vibration, you know, in the field up, not on B field, but on an A field, you know. This is totally different because it's the unified matrix, the depolarized, if I pronounce well because I have my French accent and you've got your German accent, we do the best. But of course, the point is to catch this unified matrix because nothing is divided there since the beginning, since the origin. And this is the way we have to behave, work, and understand things with this kind of magnetism, electricity with our body.
Let's have an example. I was talking about we have got a super situation now. We can complain about a lot of things, a lot of stuff, and I guess almost everybody was is irritated, and there are emotions coming up, and then we say, "Oh no, I don't want to live in a prison. I don't want to be followed all my way, and all my information is getting somewhere in there, the satellites in the sky." So the first reaction is like, wow, no, let me, what can I do? But if I look at something and I give emotions to it, I will reinforce it. I will give force and energy to it. So it's
Yes.
good. Sure, we have to know about all those things, and we have to find our place, and we will make our decisions. But all this takes it's also the reality, and how can I use all those energy? There's a lot of creative energy in it. There's a lot there's just other opinions of other people, and how can I use it, invite it? It's like it's really a charge. And then don't be against it, but ask the field to complete the whole
Yes.
story. So there are also positive or the other charge, like an energy, and how to connect the two charges together. And it took a while to, in this situation, really to catch up, because I know it. I know that it's not the way to fight something. But now we found really that, oh, we can invite this energy, and we will complete it with the other pole, and then we are really able to be creative, to do new stuff, to really create our new earth and how we want to live. And that, and we won't give our energy to fight something. And you will explain.
It's also to have pure information, but your own information. It's no longer to fall into the, you know, the field of belief, egregores, program, which are polarized, you know, divided. The positive and negative always work all together at the same time, always. So if you go against, if you push it, if you you know, you don't want to see it, and I say you make your, you know, you gonna you feed it much more. This is exactly what it's done for, because
you had another example with this kid who's not doing like the parents would like to have their kid. Huh?
Exactly. If I'm only interested in the positive charge, kindness, compassion, love, gratitude, you know, all those qualities that many of we can hear now in the media, the healers, be peace and light, and you know, okay, it's very nice to amplify those kind of positive and light energy, but you have to think about that you will have the inverse, the mirror of it. So, which is the point, you have to be in the middle, just to know I can use the two, not to neutralize and do nothing, not to cancel it. It's just to use it. So there is then a denial of the negative charge and energy that will stick to fit somewhere else in another way, or to such as an overload, like not bounding of the charge, you know, it's going to manifest. The negative will therefore generate negative to compensate, to manifest itself, to connect to the positive. It's going to agitate, oh, I'm here, you know. It's like a child will attract attention, you know, because we don't give him care, you know. We put it in his room and he is punished and we put it aside, but it's going to manifest by himself. He's going to find some tricks, you know, to attract the attention, and sometimes it's not really in the right way, you know. It's not good tricks. You know, we all know kind of kids like that who are, you know, really agitating. It's the same pictures that if we go against, or if we punish the negative energy, it's going to manifest by itself. So it's not, we have to understand properly that negative energy is not negative. This is the program that they want us to think, oh, it's negative, I don't want it. But no, but it's a complementary force that can always be tempered when it's combined to the other one, to the other side. It's the same kind of thing. If I mean the negative energy, I have to think about that there is the positive one in mirror waiting for me at the present in the same time. So we don't go and separate this, we use it like the force. If I focus to plug only on the positive energy as a perfect child, you know, oh, I want to be the perfect child, the perfect energy to represent all the good education and things like that. And, you know, on the eyes of the parents, that they see, oh, big success, that's what a good child. The negative energy will attract the attention because he will feel devaluated. He wants to prove himself that he has also the quality and the skills to his parents, you know? So any way, any kind of energy you want to activate, to push, the other one is going to manifest, for sure. So if we give the hand, you know, like a child to this poor child punished in his room, the negative energy, we give the hand to this child. So the child will work to communicate and to be creative all together and to generate a new power as a complement, because everything has its opposite and nothing can move without the other one. It's impossible. It's like the car, it's like the bicycle, and it's like us, because inside we can, for example, give the example that we have the yin and the yang energies exactly the same, and our own polarities inside of us, like the feminine and masculine energy, that they need to recognize themselves and to cooperate, you know, together, be creative.
Yes. Yeah. And it's good to find the masculine and the feminine charge in himself, in our bodies, because in the beginning there was not those polarization. There was one, and in the one there were the two. And it's like in the source, there's the unknown, there's the black hole, nothing is there. And then there is the Big Bang, and everything is potentially in the air. But the
Yeah.
light and the dark, they are together. It's the B matrix, the beta matrix, where they used it to put on programs of culpability.
Yes. Be guilty of guilt.
Guilty, yeah,
Mm.
be a victim and all this, or be a princess. So they put like signs on it. You can be this or that, but it's not real. It's just but on the other hand, it had to be also, well, we were talking also about emotions, because all this will bring us emotions, and with our emotions we will
Mm.
create space and time.
Fine. Yes.
It's like
Yes.
it's also the charge to be moving. It's like it gives us energy to understand finally, where are we coming from? What are we doing here? Why are we fighting all this time? It's
Mm.
like it's also a way of understand something. It's like making experiences, but now we are at the point we can we see it and we can understand it. And so when we understand it too, okay, everything is on me, also the negative emotions, and they have got a right to be there, and I can also live them because they are there. And afterwards it's a question of how I will give action to those energies, but
Mhm.
everything is all right. It's a part of me.
Yes, we have to allow, to authorize the emotion. We think again as a program. Oh, I just want to be in joy. I'm sad and I don't want to be sad. I don't want to be, whatever, in really low vibration and emotion. Oh, I don't want that. I just want joy and blah, blah. Yes, but this is programmation, because emotion for human being are energy moving. It's a wave. It's a wave of information going. There is a situation producing a wave of emotion, only your emotion. Because in one situation, everybody can live it in a different kind of way, with a different type of emotion. So I have an information about myself. And this wave of emotion, emovere, is etymology of emotion. Emovere means moving. So I just accept the wave. I take the information and I leave it. So I can leave my sadness, cry, okay? I take the information and it's passed on. I can leave my joy, well, blah, blah, blah. This is all programmation. But what's the point of it, actually? We spoke about the spirit like electricity with information, pure information. But we have to take in consideration curse, because curse with its terrorism has its own information. And actually, our body is a tool for earth and cosmoterrorism. I explain myself. If I connect to this current and this kind of channel from my origin and the spirit, I perceive information, my own information, and the current of light, sorry, also connect to Earth like a ground connection plug, you know,
Yeah.
which make circulate the charge, you know, the positive and negative one, and avoid to disjunct as well. That's
Yeah.
why we need the charge. If not, we are always in the, oh, yes, oh, good, bad, blah. No, we need to be neutral, to be in full awareness, in full intelligence, connected up there and down there. But we are not connected in the same way. with girls because the terrorism is always moving and with the wave and, you know, the frequencies from the tectonic plates, you know.
Mm-hmm.
The tectonic plates are moving on Earth always, and this has been measured with the Schumann frequency as well, you know. So anytime we have those Earthian wave moving, the magma is also living and moving. And here, for example, I'm living in French Brittany, which is a very nice place. Yes. And I'm living on granitic soil as well as quartz. So I'm vibrating information in a kind of way, as well as if you live on a different type of soil like clay, kaolin, or limestone or things like that. You don't have the same type of vibration depending on the geology, you know? Terrorism is so important as well as electricity, because this is how we understand the turbine of magnetism that we can, you know, like a propeller, we can generate with terrorism and with cosmic energy. You understand that?
That means also to be really incarnated, really in our body. The last 10 years, I I discover my body each day more and more, and it's a fantastic tool to get information, to be in resonance with information. I discovered that I can go in resonance with each information field, and it's like a body language, and my body will tell me about this information field. And to be really incarnated, very is connected with the earth. It's really important, because when we get only in this spiritual area with the angels and being light and love, so we lose our roots. And to really have the force and the power in our heart to be creator on the earth and for the earth and with the other people, it's like we have our roots inside the ground, and we are connected with our intuition and our spirit directly. And how you say, it's like a vortex which is moving on. And for me, the vortex is there's a black hole and a white hole. And when we create something, it's like clockwise, it's like a torsion field, and we will create something. A small little vortex, and there's a big vortex. It's like fractals. And but in each moment, everything is getting into the 0 point, into the big unknown, but there's everything potentially is in it. And with our heart field, when we are really connected with the spirit, with our essence, then this magnetism will do that. Everything we are doing and believing will be corrected. So with the 2-point method, we will put each time everything into the black hole, into the all of it, connected with the spirit, and then the magnetism of our heart will let it come up in a new form, and it's more harmonized and it's more connected with everything else. So it's like for us, it's a tool really you have all the time everything you need with you, inside of you. And we are really like kind of understanding our body and this beautiful and unbelievable potential what we can do with our body and our consciousness.
And don't forget as well that you know that the Schumann resonance is changing with electricity of the storms. So why not? We are also making variation in our body, as well as the magnetic shield, you know, on the Earth is moving with the solar flares. And our body as well the magnetic field around us is moving with the solar flares.
Yeah.
So we are always submit and subject to different kind of energy, negative and positive, I mean, in the pure way. And this is why we need as well to understand that we need to use all the polarity and depolarize the way of thinking, really to use those forces. You know, we were speaking as well in, you remember with Samos Maganik, was discovered pyramids in Bosnia. He's always measuring the ions in the atmosphere, which are negative. So where can we find some negative ions which are excellent for the body? I mean, now we catch negative things. Why not? Because we are like neutrons. So where can we find that?
The seaside, the pyramid.
Mountains, yes. Bosnian.
The tunnels of Bosnian.
Yes. So this is really important. We have to understand just natural laws, you know. Yeah. It's natural laws everywhere. And we are just using, as you said, a big tool. And if we understand just basic information like that, we are really free of its freedom from, you know, some kind of programmation.
Yeah, and there are other dimensions, and all those dimensions we will find in ourselves, because we are not only those personal body something. No, the real thing is the spirit and the soul, and also a body of light. It's like the ether. It's already there, but we can have a lot more. Like the soul is animated from our own spirit and not from the beta matrix. And now we are really, it's the light is there for understanding all this.
So we've said a lot of information. Now we understand the big shape that we have, you know, electricity from the big spirit, which is not polarized, divided. We have the terrorism of Earth, geological kind of vibration as well, resonance, Schumann resonance, ions in there, different kind of energy. We know that emotion is an energy as well, because it has been measured that if you're, you know, we can have very low energy when we are like screaming and like that. And so everything is kind of energy, much depending on negative or positive, but this is not the way we cannot characterize. This is not the way that we can identify emotion or things around us. It's not positive or negative. It's always all, you know.
It's a force. It's a force you can use.
And you know that the pineal gland is also with apatite crystals. So we are moving and vibrating with all the magnetic fields around us by this crystal inside our brain, and with the crystal on Earth and everything around us. So this is basic, and just remember our primal function in the body. Because if we understand that, then we can really use everything very simply. Everybody can do it, because it's body like that. The body is built like that. So I think we are in our own power and own guidance when we know that and we start to think to use that. And we don't have to study really always outside world, to go and search for outside help and rescue me and whatever, and make thousands of sessions and things like that from people who try to heal you, because you have all the tools to heal yourself, not to heal really, but to catch and to search for the information, the right information for yourself. This is important, because you're going to ask for the negative side and the positive side of the situation, of the person. You don't even care about the person and the situation, then You just use the energy like a charge. This is as easy as that, you know?
Yeah.
So,
And it's also, it's like the quantum loop. It's like really to have access on another level. It's somehow we will forget all our knowledge we have accumulated and invited all our lives, and now we will bring it to the 0 point, and then our spirit will take care of everything which is going on. And this connection to our deepest insight knowledge, which is really the knowledge of the highest, we will discover other possibilities of acting. We will discover other languages, like the language with our body, the language of visualization,
visualization.
visualization, no.
Visualization.
Visualization? No.
Visualization.
Visualization. And it's like a child who's like looking with new eyes and understanding in a different way how things are really going. And so
Yes,
that's
this
the
is
real freedom. That's the real freedom.
the freedom of the law of the universe, you know,
Yeah.
through our own channel, without diluting in divided egregores and things like that. We can try. I mean, we have to give a try to this and to study our own mechanism, you know, instead
Yeah.
of being crushed in the, you know, in the mechanism of forces and that make us thinking in the box. No, we have to think out of the box a little bit and to behave like, okay, let's play with the energy now. What's going to happen if I play with the energy, you know?
You
So
prepared
we
you prepared a wonderful practice for us.
yeah,
We can
I
start.
just wanted to say that, for example, Denis Jutras told us in his video that it's not using the negative energy is like a waste of energy, really. So we have to make an alchemical intention to unify the two currents, you know. It's to value the unity of the natural law inside of us. Value the unity of the natural law inside of us. This is very important. So if I choose and command to neutralize at the 0 point this kind of energy, this is not to cancel them, we say that, but it's really to mix them, to generate and amplify the magnetism, you know, inside the body. And then we can connect the electricity from the spirit. That's really important to understand that and to be in you know, in vibration with the terrorism in the place we are. Okay. The earth needs us to do that, you know, to discharge good in the energy which is needed right now and the information that it's needed right now in the place that you're living, you know. Start from your place, from your body. This is first step.
Yeah.
Then if we start, you know, one by one, maybe the comprehension of all this is going to be bringing down the current of the, you know, this polarized intelligence that and programs. We have to get out of this and to integrate into our DNA the negative polarity is very important, you know.
Negative or positive, huh? It's the two of them. It's not negative and it's not positive. It's yin and yang. It's like it's really it's the dark and the light. It's just the polarity. We have got all of it in ourselves.
Yeah. So, Frauke, if we try one application which mix as well the 2 point method, your method, and the 0 point.
And the goal why we are doing it. It's for generating light out of ourselves to get the current together, really, to have a fluidity, to have an energy who is floating up and down, and it's really, it's like a vortex. It's moving us, but it's like it's also a connection. It's like a torus, a microcosm, like a macrocosm. It's if we start with ourselves, inside of ourselves, it's holistic, and it's like it's getting into every other cell, every other point, and that's the big understanding of today. You don't have to wait for the others. It's not that everybody has to do it. Everybody starts where they are, right here and right now.
Then we can give a try, at least to test, to try to feel inside the body what's doing the positive and negative charge, and to be at 0 point, the origin point, I call it. Okay. And maybe we can start right now to let our bodies just adjust in a comfortable posture, whatever, in bed, in a chair, and just to adjust our body. With a deep breath, and we will travel in the space of the heart. In this space with opposite and complementary forces. And we let rest all the inner density in our body, as well as all the life in the body. And we can imagine like honey that will marry all the space in all the shape of your body, like a sweet light that fills slowly all the space inside. Related to the space of the heart, we can start perceiving a vortex, a kind of spiral in front of the chest as well as behind the back. Generating sort of waves, frequencies. Just related to our soul identity. Like a generator that produces energy and spreads waves. We're going to start imagining like an alternative current going down to the right and the left arms. And going further to the palms of your hands. Vibrating now with all the sensation in your hands. In my left hand, I will put a situation that feels to me block and pleasant, or that generates low emotion. Something, I'm going to link that to my left hand. Maybe I can feel the weight, the density, with all the information said or non-said, conscient or inconscient. with the situation or the person or the emotion. And I no longer deal with these related people or details of the situation, because the information is in my own field around me, and my torus, my field, will arrange by itself all the information. I just welcome this energy. My left palm simply becomes the container of the negative charge, like an antenna. In my right hand, now, I welcome all the positive charge, the reverse mirror of the information which are right now connected in my left hand, just in front. So all parts of me that are not identified in the negative charge, but in the positive manifestation of the situation, will go in my right hand now. Without dissociation, I've got the two energy. Even if I feel upset, the other way around, the positive charge of it can coexist right now. I can feel the sensation in my right hand of the positive charge. Now I will join my two hands together at the origin point intentionally with all my presence, slowly to unite the two sides of my subject and their complementary forces. My right and left hand in front of my chest. I breathe deeply with all the sensation manifesting at the origin point right now.
I feel my feet grounding.
Yeah. It's so good to be in, in this unification of the both energy. To be just neutral and to have all the information around the situation. Maybe if for the time that we are living now, if I'm guessing for some money, I propose another exercise. So I don't have to ask for money. We're going to rephrase this. Just in my left hand, I will deposit my relationship to the programs and the belief I have about money. And all what is said and not said, conscient and inconscient, about this relation to money. In my right hand, I will activate the mirror forces, complementary. And I will join my two hands to alchemize my relation to money at the origin point, like an energy at the service of intelligence and the earth. You can give a try to another subject, which is important for many people if you want. if we are searching for love, the other one. Of course, we are searching in the wrong way, I think, because that means we're searching to be complement with somebody else, as I told just before. So maybe we can rephrase and we word this demand. In my left hand, I will welcome all information related to the programs and belief I develop in relation to love, or the idea I have about the couple. What's said, non-said, conscient or inconscient about this. And now, in my right hand, I will activate the forces mirroring in complement, which are a part of me. If I've got the two energy and I can join my hand to combine the positive and negative, like a new skill for my relation to love at origin point.
The love of the source, the love of myself, the love of everybody, everywhere, love itself.
Can generate a depolarized frequency which attracts the good people at the right time in all my present, connected to spirit and earth electricity with the right information for me at any time. Maybe I can feel complete when I accept both energy inside of me.
It's like everything is already there. In everything we get from outside, it's a present. It's like really, it's presence. I feel just being there, and everything's fine. Everything's already there.
Yes, because if I vibrate this kind of frequency, of course, I will meet people the same type of frequency.
Yeah. Same frequencies will attack and attirer.
We are attracted.
Attract the same frequencies, and it's very important in those times to have like his family, its family of him in same frequency. We are developing and we are going forward, or our consciousness is opening up really fast, and it's good to have people beside. They are doing the same path for the
Yes,
moment.
this is something that maybe we share together, of course, but I will not ask some people of my family, for example, or close people around me to do this or to do that, because it's not right to do it like that. Just they, at the moment, they will guess why you are shining, why you feel okay with the situation, even right now in this situation. How can you handle that? They will guess, how can you do that? And at the moment they ask you, you can share how you use the positive and negative. This is mimetism, I think. It's important not to impose or say, do like that, I have the good answer. No, you have the good answer only for you, for yourself. Point.
We are asked for have a lot of respect one to each other, really support when somebody is asking you, but it's really this time actually right now it's like everybody has to do a lot with himself,
Right.
herself, and it's it's fantastic, because the frequencies will really, it's like a big light who is looking on a big light who is going on deeper and deeper, so to take out the rest of some believings, programs, and then it's like you're empty, and then the real spirit can come in.
Yeah,
and
you go
everything
out
is
of the
changing.
box.
Yeah,
out of the box, really welcoming all the electricity, magnetism. Maybe we can finish, if you want. Now we can constantly command that all parts of me dissociated, you know, in the illusion of polarity, of duality, are now recognized. I command to integrate the negative force current as a creative potential in my DNA, in my spiritual, physical, emotional, biological bodies. Now, I command the positive force current to be recognized and integrated as a creative potential in my DNA, in my spiritual, physical, emotional, and biological bodies now. I now command that the origin point, the 0 point of the forces unite, coexist harmoniously in all my present, in my present right now, in all times and all dimensions. I welcome magnetic and electrical alignment connected to the earth and the higher intelligence now, in a conscious and united cooperation of currents, positive and negative, to activate my light, to guide me on my own path with useful information at every moment inside of me. Right. Thank you, Earth. Thank you, the big intelligence. Thank you, the bodies we have.
Elodie. Thank you very much. I feel very good. And it's like outside it's raining. It's like all the negative ions coming into my body to give energy and vibration.
You know, we can make fun, because if we really try to start to think in this way, you will tell me, I thank you with my other part of me who doesn't thank you. You understand?
I will thank you with my 0 point.
At 0 points, yes.
With my 0 point.
I'm just vibrating thankfulness and happiness, and that's it from myself. And I can see it. This is enough. We don't have to say gratitude and thank you and blah, 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 blah. We just emanate things like that. It's shown on your face, you know? It's bubbling in our bodies everywhere. Thank you. You're doing some session in English session, I think, by Skype.
Yeah, point method by Skype, really resonance with my body. And we have a lot of modules, a lot of applications with the 2-point method. It's fantastic. It's really, it's a big joy, a big playground in the quantum field. And it's like children. It's really, it's joy. It's opening up. It's forgetting everything, making our mental decide. And creating in the quantum field, because we are here, we're living in the 2 matrices.
Different kind of matrix.
And you also.
Yes, I mean, I love two-point method because I've been trained by you. And we have different kind of videos in English as well, you know?
Yeah.
That we have done in South Africa, for example, about that, about archaeological, quantum archaeology, which is my method as well, when I'm searching about information in ancient sites and in the karmic memory, but karmic is also a program from the B matrix.
And you
So
write
anyway.
books and you have cards where you work with. So Elodie, she is fantastic. She has a lot of tools to give to you, to share with you.
Anywhere you have all the information about what we propose as session by telephone, Skype, or YouTube, private YouTube link under the video now. And I will put the text of the protocol we've done just right now to share it like a gift for everybody.
It's really good. It's 3 pages. It's gorgeous. Thank you very much.
See you soon.
See you soon with another video. Okay, from heart to heart.
Yeah.
Thank you. And thank all of you also.